Good morning, good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
Good
Professor.
evening. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
صباح الخير.
صباح نور. Yes. So just maybe 1-2 minutes because people are coming and we should start.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So did you receive our last email yesterday late?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry to do that because I was in discussion with colleagues from the FUIW, which is the Federation of Universities of Islamic World, and also my colleague Daniel. And I think that it's kind of contract between the organization and the participant. It should be like that. And at any case, just to make it more easier, at any case, who participate to this program in any format will receive a certificate of participation. This is fine to all of us. They can come sometimes and or not come some other times. They are free to come or not to come. But if we want to go and to make it a little bit professional, to go and look on what we call it the framework, European framework on open educational resources, we need to have a feedback and a clear one from participants. So we have too much work as facilitator to look on your activities in details and to honestly, we are too much, we have too much thing to do. So if you want to do that, we are pleased to go with you. If you just come to have information, knowledge, and this kind of thing, we can discuss. We all take benefit from your participation. Be sure that every session, every training, and you know much better than us, in every session, we are taking benefit from each other. So no doubt, but to go and to spend time look into your activities and forums, quizzes, and you will see by yourself this time, this module has 3 quizzes and 2 will be online interactive. So it's just formative things. And at the end, as we said, there will be a final test that also will be online. So it's important if we want to go together to that declaration of competencies based on the European network, which is DigComp Edu, we should a little bit more be engaged in this program. But at any case, any participant who is coming here will receive a certificate that he participate or she participate without taking part to all sessions. This is just a contract. If you want to us to move everything, we will move everything. But I think this is not the contract with ISISCO. It was from the beginning something that where we can create it or give certificate to participants. Okay, so sorry to tell you that, but I think that it's done now. Okay, so I think I didn't find where is Fawaz, but Fawaz should be with us. Fawaz Tero is a colleague from Benin, in charge of director of the French Agency of Universities in Benin. He is coordinating too much programs with also UNESCO and IUF. And we are two we will work together to facilitate. He is here. He is coming. Just came. Okay. I want to check. Is Fawaz? Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning, Khalid.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Okay, so I have Dr. Seha Rashid, who said that she didn't receive the email yesterday. Maybe it's mistake from my side. I should add you on the list because we were having a technical problem. It's my fault. I will send you that email, no problem. And Dr. Butaina, it's difficult to attend all the session. Yes, for sure. I told you you can come when it's possible for you, as much as you can. So know that. Okay, so let's start. We have the module 2, which is the copyright, open licensing, and public domain, open science, open data, and open access. Okay, welcome. And I will start, as I said, I will start, and then my colleague Fawaz will follow. I will start with the lesson, the first part. My colleague Fawaz will continue with the second part, and then I will come back with the open science, open data, and open access. So in between, I will also move, I guess Fawaz also on the platform to come back again to the activities. The activities scheduled for this module all are quizzes. So you just go on the platform. It will take you 10 minutes to just click on answers. And there will be activities we will try to do in an interactive way. So I will share my screen, please. Yes, done. Okay, so this presentation is also under an open license, CC BY. So we have 3 parts. Here we have lesson 1, which is to introduce the copyright and open licensing with an activity. The second part is the examples of open licenses. Mainly will be on Creative Commons licenses, and then the last part will be on open science access and open data with still an activity. So you will have lessons and activities. Activities we will just show you the activities on the platform, but you have to do it in asynchronous sessions. So you have to do it, you have full week to do it, because as I said yesterday, the activities of module 1 we will hide them by, I said yesterday, tomorrow, maybe today. You have all the day to finish your activities. And for this module, you still have full week to finish your activities that in general will not take more than 30 minutes to do all of them. Thank you. Then this is the second module, the other session here, and yes. So before we start, last week we were talking about open education in general, but we did not talk too much about open educational resources. So I am inviting you, please, to watch this 2-minute video about OER, and then I will come back with the definitions.
There is no question that our world is evolving. Our tools, our global community, and above all, the way that we communicate. It can be argued that the highest form of communication is education, the passing of knowledge through time. New forms of communication are illuminating new opportunity for educators and students alike. This opportunity is why open education resources matter. Open education resources are teaching, learning, and research tools that reside in the public domain. They are completely free for use and repurposing. Let's face it, ideas and knowledge are spreading faster than traditional forms of learning can keep up with. This raises problems like relevance of material and cost effectiveness for schools. Wouldn't it be revolutionary to have a sustainable form of education that is
Something happened, sorry.
resources matter? Open education resources are teaching, learning, and research tools that reside in the public domain. They are completely free for use and repurposing. Let's face it, ideas and knowledge are spreading faster than traditional forms of learning can keep up with. This raises problems like relevance of material and cost effectiveness for schools. Wouldn't it be revolutionary to have a sustainable form of education that is relevant, constantly updating, and completely free? The revolution is here. Users of open educational resources have absolutely free access to full courses, course materials, textbooks, streaming videos, software, and other priceless tools. In addition, users have complete permission to revise, reuse, remix, and redistribute all open educational resources. Imagine the classroom of the future. Biology students in Haiti can wirelessly study tidal patterns of the northern Atlantic Ocean. History students in California can take a street view tour of historic Gettysburg. Textbooks can wirelessly update with the most recent information free of charge. These aren't educational pipe dreams or fluffy notions. These are very real tools that need to be shared and implemented everywhere. Experience education the way it is intended, with relevance and community. Experience the revolution of open educational resources.
Okay, so thank you for watching. I will come back now to the definition because, as I said last week, we were discussing about open education in general, and open education is mainly when it's open and free, are based on what we call OER, open educational resources. So if we move to the definition, we just can find few definitions from others and also from UNESCO particularly, which are teaching, learning, and research materials in any medium, digital or otherwise, that reside in public domain or have been released under an open license. This is our debate today, that open license that permits no cost, access, use, adaptation, and redistribution by others which or with or no limited restrictions. Why this video is important? Because if you watch this video and listen to what is said in 2 minutes, you will find many answers to all quizzes we have, or at least part of them or some of them. Now, before going to the open license, I need to talk about the meaning of the copyright. What does it mean? Copyright, we know all of us what is copyright, of course, but question I asked you last week, and the same I post on the platform in the general debate. What happens when you create by yourself something and you share it on the internet? This is important for us to know. If you have answer, please go and just raise your hand. Please. Yes, Lina.
Yes, the copyright is like they're going to put my name and maybe they're going to change what I said. So maybe the copyright is just to protect what I wrote, and even in my name. No, I don't know. It's this, even in my name, they cannot change what What were
Okay.
my, what
Okay.
was my
Okay. Okay. We will come to that definition. Thank you, Lina. Thank you. Now, the question was, what happened when you create something and share it on the internet? What will happen to your?
The others, sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead, Yamina. Go ahead. So
That is, the other, whoever has access to it will try to use it or distribute it, or okay. So
anybody has other, everyone can see, use, share it. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, Lina, again, you want to say something? You want to add something? This is really important things. It's small things, but we are missing the law. What will happen is that you cannot, what will happen is anything you share on the internet, it's protected by itself. Internet protect you. Your work is automatically protect you. It's copyrighted. You understand the
really,
point?
I didn't know that.
Yes. No, but be careful, please, because when you share your things, you create something, you share a photo or music or a band or anything from your children, or automatically internet protect you. You got the point. It's very important because we are believing that anything we will find on the internet, it's our things. We can use, we can share, we can do. Of course, you can. People can just have a look on that, but it's not their own work. It's you. It's stay your work, and you have to do nothing. It's protected by itself. I saw a hand from our colleague. I didn't remember. Somebody has to have comment or something. Yes, Dr. Zineb Izawi.
Good morning, everybody. For me, sharing a content in the internet is allowing people to see your content. But for me, it was really not protected from internet. For me, it's the first time. It's the first time that I'm listening there. Thank you for clarifying this point.
Yes, it's really the minimum of things to know is when you share things, you are protected because internet has a law and the law protects you. Our colleague Mohammed Rashid, please go ahead. We will just take one or two and move because we have plenty of information to share with you. Please.
Hello, Professor.
Yes.
I just want to share one of my experience. I used to had a hobby that I designed graphics and shared on the internet. And I observed people were just copying those graphics and pasting on their profiles, and that just crushed my hopes. And I stopped doing that. At least I stopped sharing that. So how can that come under the license?
Yeah. Okay. So just we open the debate. Dr. Majul, maybe Butaina has something and
Morning.
yeah. Okay.
Just to ask you a question, because this is very interesting. It's the first time that I hear that we're protected. Is it beyond borders? Means that no matter the country you're in, like for example, they say they don't here in Tunisia. I heard someone, I think he's somehow expert in copyright, saying that if you're on Facebook, it's the American territory. It's not the Tunisian. Is that this is the question? Is it beyond borders?
Yes, the same. Thank you for your comment. The same thing happened with YouTube. As example, YouTube is not the same everywhere. And when you put your music, your things, your kitchen, your anything you produce, YouTube protect things. It become he will be the copyright. Okay, you understand. So we need to move to many other things. If you want to stay here, we can stay here, but we don't have time. We can go, Dua, Dr. Dua. And the last one should be Dr. Hassan.
Yes.
Dr. Dua, please.
I use something to protect my resources when I put it in the internet. I take a screenshot of the my screen to because when I put the resources in the internet, the date will appear, the date of the share. Now the date now is yes today. I take a copy, a screenshot, and save it in my computer. As something to protect my resources when I put. Actually, now I use the licenses, but it's not common here. No, I want to say little or some people just know about the Creative Commons now.
Okay. Thank you. So you mean here in Egypt?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Just to know, you are from Egypt. Sorry. Professor Ghassan, if you have other thing. Shaheen Ghassan. I saw your hand. Okay, so yes, if you want.
Thank you. Okay. I think when you have this sign on your content on the internet, it has to be backed up by certain laws or acts. Otherwise, I don't know whether it be effective or not. So this means that you have the sole or complete rights on this content or whatever, and nobody can or should use it without your written permission. And, and that should be based on a certain law or act according to your or some international law and regulations. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then we will continue our lesson because all things you told us, you shared with us, it's the things that are coming, the laws, the Convention of Bern, what will happen in each country, are all countries similar when you move from country to country? So this is our lesson. So thank you so much for your comment, and I will continue. So what will happen is that, no, nothing will happen because you are automatically protected and then copyright. But what is copyright? Copyright, as you say, as you know, is a legal terms used to describe the rights that creators have over their literary and artistic works covered by copyright range from books, music, painting, sculpture, drawing, advertisement, maps, and technical drawing. Anything else can be. You are the creator, so you can allow or not, and the people when they want to use your things, they have to ask you for permission, and there are laws also. So the copyright is a part of what we call the IPR, which are intellectual property rights. The IPR refers to those legal rights aiming to protect the creation of the intellect. So there are many things inside that IPR, and one of them is the copyright. And the copyright itself protects. Copyright protection aimed at giving the creator, you, the rights to take advantage of its creation, either by economic or reputational means. And everything is governed by what we call the Bern Convention. The Bern Convention is an international law between countries. Most of countries agree on that. And in each country, like the Maldives, Morocco, China, they have their own also laws, but all are governed under the same umbrella, which is the Convention of Bern. So for copyright, it differs among countries. There is not unique legislation, even though the Bern Convention establishes some international standards. It may be not exclusively owned by others. It can be universities, publishers, editors. Historically, it has been justified as an incentive to stimulate innovation. This is a very good point because it was created to push people to innovate, to not come and use work of others. It's kind of stimulation of to be creative, to be innovative, to do things. It has a different duration based on this legislation. In general, the copyright has a limited in time, is limited in time. It depends on the country. Sometimes when the creator died, after 50 years, it will be open and it enters to the public domain. In other countries, after the creator died, it can be 70 years, and then the artistic or the work will enter to what we call the public domain. So anybody can use it, and we will come back to explain what is the public domain. The copyright laws protects only from the form of expression, not the idea itself. Ideas are not protected, like the idea of the cell phone or idea of a car or anything else. The idea is not protected, but the form of expression of the idea, this is what the law protects you, which is not the idea. Now, as I say, the copyright has limitation in time. After it depends on countries, it can be 70 or 50 years after the creator died, then it entered that public domain. And the public domain is also part of IPR. So intellectual property rights don't last forever, as here. Indeed, at some point they expire, and it depends on as I said, on the country. So now, what will happen to those creations and works that are not much covered and protected? It will be free for use, free for anything else, without asking for permission. When you took something from the public domain, just go on the internet and go to the public domain, and you can download many things so that you can use without asking the permission. You are free to do whatever you want, but anything you take from the public domain, you can use it without asking the permission, but it will not be your own work. It will be the public. The public is the owner. The public owns these works, not an individual author or artist. Anyone can use a public domain without obtaining permission, but no one can ever own it. Okay, so things are clear and the law is clear. So here, the first part, you can just go on the Moodle platform. We will not do the activity, just to let you know that things are not complicated. Go connect on the UNIR platform, and this is, I am on the platform, understanding copyright and the public domain, and just, you can go, you have question. If I click here as an example, and you have questions, this you can just click here, and you have 4 questions, and every question has multiple choice, but one only is okay. So I will come back to our presentation, and this first part is, I think, done. So I will come back and open maybe for if you have questions, and then I will invite my colleague Fawaz to join us. Yes, for this part. So if you have a question, I think things, yes, Amina, please.
Yeah, just even when you take things from the public domain, for instance, I'm thinking of what some of the activities I do personally. You prepare a textbook, for instance, and you take a photo from the public domain, you still have to show that it's not your property and refer one way or another to the fact that it's taken from the public domain. Yes or no? Yes.
No. You are not. You can go to the public domain. The law is clear. You took from public domain anything you want. Don't consider that it's your own. You will put. You cannot put your name.
Yeah,
you just use it. modify it, redistribute it, remix it, do whatever you want, but it will not be your own. It's the public owner. The public is the owner.
Okay.
Things are very clear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
But at least it facilitates life, it facilitates things. Yeah, we will come back. Look, we are just talking about copyright and the public domain. In between them, there are the open licenses. What are offering to us plenty of other mode of openness. We will come back to that part. But inside the open licenses, we will find the software, we will find the artistic work, we will find drawing, we will find also what we call the CC0, which is the open license zero. It's nothing. You can do whatever you want, but it's still equivalent to the public domain, but it's not the public domain because it's under license, because the open license permits some things. The public domain permits everything. The less restrictive and zero is the public domain. And after, we will have many cases of open licenses that FUIW will share with us. So, Dr. Sahar.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about it. Actually, I have an experience that in a searching of my research tool for a research, I found that, as you said, that if author is alive, then it is a copyrights are implemented. But if author is not alive, in
you have to
my
wait.
experience,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. When the author is not alive, yes, it's not free. It's not without copyright. You have to wait 50 years in some countries and 70 years in other countries. France and Morocco are not the same. France, I think 70, Morocco is 50. So yes, please go ahead, continue.
Sometime I found that second author, if there is a second author of that material or research instrument, then that person is holding the copyrights and conversating with the public to who wants to use that.
Yeah, of course. Look, as example, if you create something, just an example. If I create something, I will not put the example on you. If I create something and before I die, I decide to offer to all people. So I just say that this work is not protected by copyright. I am free to do that before I will die.
Okay.
Okay, I can offer to put it in the public domain. It's my decision, of course. I said if the author do nothing, it will be after he will die, and then after 70 or 50 years. Because we are talking here about copyright, and most of us are educators. We are in the field of education. And in the field of education, I did not talk about one specific example of copyright, what we call the fair use. Is you have it on the quizzes, and the fair use exception is really an exception when material are in the educational context that you can use without asking at least for any permission. Because we have also laws between countries, between UNESCO and countries that give you the permit to use with, if for non-commercial use, non-profit use, and it's educational. In some circumstances, you can use it for nothing without asking for permission. But in some cases, you have to pay attention to they offer you the copyright and the context you are working on. And we can come back and to discuss, debate about the fair use exactly. And all things I am sharing with you is on the courses material. So if you go and read, you have references, bibliography, you will find many things. We are here just giving the essential of things. Professor Rashid, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sahar.
Thank you, sir.
So, Khalid, I just want to ask if the creator has died and the time period of 50 or 70 years, depending upon the country, is not over. So who owns the rights? If anyone wants to use that particular work, the author is dead. So whom should I or that person go to seek permission?
You have to wait because the creator is only the owner. He can decide on something. If he gave, declaration or certificate to any other or body, yes, but if he did not, you have to follow the law. You can, if not, you will be in violation of the law, of course. Of course. But in our cases, as I said, the fair use give us rights to do many things, but it's exceptional things when you are using education or when you are educator. In some cases, like what happened in the pandemic, people are needing to have courses during the school closures, and you know, they just took things because there are no commercial, it was not a business or economic or profit. This is why. Okay, so who else? Dr. Afaf Amin.
Yes, good morning.
Yes.
So my
Good morning.
question is, how can I create a copyright for my pictures or information diffused into internet?
Mm-hmm. You know, as I said, you will do nothing. My opinion is to put, but when you share, it's protected by internet. You have to add the logo, the acronym C, okay, with circle, with your name, and it's protect you. There is, but if you want to protect your things, there is a law, you know, the IPR, you have to ask and to pay for the protection. You have to officially make things and ask the body in your country, and you, I think that it's sure you have to pay for your idea and to protect you from violation from other. If not, internet protect you. But the best thing to do, if you have, if you do something, you have artistic works or something that is very precious, you have to be careful, because you have to go to that organism that protect you from the violation from anything coming from the internet. Or yes, sure, we have organism to do that. Of course, you can come and write to them and pay things. It's the same when you are creating something that's very precious and you ask for Yamina, let me know, brevet.
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
In English, brevet, it's
License.
Well,
no?
license. No?
No. We have no, not license. But when you are the creator of Tesla car, okay, so you have to pay too much, millions of dollars to protect your idea. It's a brevet. It's in English is something. Somebody has
A patent. A patent.
Patent.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Any Dr. Hassan peut-être has something to add?
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, Dr. Khalid. One thing, the activity is not available. That's one thing.
Which one?
I don't know if it's only for me or others.
This one?
Activity 2.1. Yeah, the one showed on the
2.2. I am on the line. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this one. Yes, thank you for your remark, because maybe I didn't. Oh, sorry. I didn't open yet. Sorry, I will do it by now. So excuse me.
Okay, no
yes,
problem.
No, yes, I understand. Of course,
okay,
no, because it's hidden for you.
One.
Yes.
Okay.
It will be,
one thing.
yes.
Could the copyright, so the copyrighted things or the intellectual property, whatever, could it be inherited after the owner dies, for example?
No. It entered to the public domain. Nobody can own it individually, but it's no. Of course, no. If I didn't understand. Okay.
Yeah. If you allow me,
Yes.
Dr. Khalid, please, because
Okay.
I'm getting confused. It's more or less the same question as the last colleague mentioned. It's the copyright. The copyright, normally you have copyright holders. And when an author, I'm speaking from a personal experience with the translation of a book. And when you
Okay.
want to translate a book, you need to get the copyright, the permission
yes.
from the publishing
Of
house.
course.
And if the author is dead, you have, if you want to add whatever, just an introductory note or a glossary to the thing, you have to
come
ask.
back to the editor.
No, it's not the editor. It's the editor goes to the holders of the right. They go to the family of the writer. Yeah, this is something that just I recently gone through.
Look, we are talking on many aspects. The debate is very interesting. When some creator has the copyright to have material to create, to share, after he will die, it depends on what we'll do with that copyright. He can give it to his family, he can give it to somebody else, because here you are talking, there is somebody between you and the creator, there is the editor, and the editor has also rights to something, and they have a contract. We are not talking about when editors in between us. We are talking when I am the creator and I offer or not to all people. Yes, and of course, yes, thank you, Yamina. And there is also patent, which is other kind of copyright and very expensive things to do. And it depends, you know, copyright is the global terms, but you will find many aspects. Okay, so I think that we took a little bit time to come back to things. Of course, you have courses on the platform. Thank you so much, Doctor, for your Dr. Hassan, because I open the activities online. It's open to you, so you can do the activities now. I guess that it's okay. So I will invite my colleague Fawaz. Coucou Fawaz. If you want to go on the part of the open license, and I will come back then. Okay, thank you. I saw a hand from Afaf. Is it a question or just?
No, it's not.
I forgot to.
Okay, good. Nice, nice. Thank you. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, welcome. Okay, Fawaz, please.
Okay, thank you, Khalid. Good morning, everyone. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So we are on the module 2, and we are now about to talk about the lesson 2, examples of open licenses. And we will talk about the Creative Commons and the public domain. And you have to do the activity 2.2 on the platform. So I'm Fawaz Tahiru. I'm the National Director of Agence Universitaire de la Francophonie in Benin, and a member of the Creative Commons Global Community. What is a Creative Commons? Creative Commons, sorry. Okay. Creative Commons is a project building a new and more flexible paradigm for copyright. Creative Commons develops standardized copyright licenses and other optional technical tools to assist authors wanting to share some of their rights with users and fellow authors in a way that is easy, flexible, and legally rigorous. Creative Commons licenses were originally designed for sharing creative works. They may apply to all types of works, scientific or not. So who are the creators of the Creative Commons? Lawrence Essig and Eric Eldred designed the Creative Commons license, the CCL, in 2001 because they saw a need for a license between the existing modes of copyright and public domain status. The version 1.0 of the licenses were officially released on the 16th December 2002, according to Wikipedia. There are different types of Creative Commons licenses, some more permissive than others. So let's see what or which kinds of Creative Commons licenses we have. For each license, we have an icon to represent it, and each one have also attributions and more or less permissive. The first one we will talk about is this icon with the body, which means the attributions by. What this does it mean? The licensee may copy, distribute, display, perform, and make derivative works and remixes based on it only if they give the author or licensor the credits, what we call attributions, in the manner specified by these. Since the version 2.0, all Creative Commons licenses require attribution to the creator and include the by element. The second one is the share alike. The licensee may distribute derivative works only under a license identical to, not more restrictive than, the license that governs the original work. See also copyleft, because you have the C is in other sense. Without share alike, derivative works might be sublicensed with compatible but more restrictive license clause. For example, you have the CC BY or the CC BY NC. The third one is non-commercial. Licensee may copy, distribute, display, perform the work, and make derivative works and remixes based on it only for non-commercial purpose. And the fourth, the last one, is the no derivative works ND. Licensees may be or may copy, distribute, display, and perform only verbatim copies of the work, not derivative works and remixes based on it. Since the version 4.0, derivative works are allowed but must not be shared. We have already talked about the public domain, so I will move on and go to the next slide. Now I will explain all the types of CC licenses that you can have. And after that, we will see how you can create your own Creative Commons license and put it on your document or all your works. The first one is, we were talking about it when we were talking about the public domain. It's the CC0. The CC is for Creative Commons. So the CC0 is the no rights reserved license, enables scientists, the educators, and artists and other creators and owners of copyright or database protected content to waive those interests in their works and thereby place them as completely as possible in the public domain so that others may freely build upon, enhance, and reuse the works for any purpose without restriction under copyright or database law. The second one is the CC attribution, the buy. This license lets others distribute, remix, tweak, and build upon your work, even commercially, as long as they credit you for the original creation. This is the most accommodating of licenses offered, recommended for maximum dissemination and use of licensed materials. After this one, we have the CC attribution share alike, the by SA. This license lets others remix, tweak, and build upon your work, even for commercial purposes, as long as they credit you, and license their creations under the identical terms. All new works based on your work will carry the same license, so any derivatives will also allow commercial use. After this one, we have the CC attribution, but not derivatives, the by ND. This license allows for redistributions, commercial and non-commercial, as long as it passed along unchanged and in whole with credit to you. We have also the CC attribution non-commercial, the by NC. This license lets others remix, tweak, and build upon your work non-commercially. And although the new works must also acknowledge you and be non-commercial, they don't have to license their derivative works on the same terms. We have also CC attribution non-commercial share alike, the by NCSA. The license lets you or the others remix, tweak, and build upon your work non-commercially, as long as they credit you and license their new creation under identical terms. At last, we have the CC attribution non-commercial no derives, the by NC and D. This license is the most restrictive of the 6 main licenses, only allowing others to download your works and share them with others as long as they credit you, but they can't change them in any way or use them commercially. So these are the 7 types of Creative Commons licenses. Between these 7 types, we have the first that can be applied to OER, and the 2 last cannot be used when we are talking or we are dealing with OER. And you have here the most free, which is the public domain, the CC0, and the least free, which is the by NC and D. Now that we have discovered all those type of Creative Commons licenses, how to create our icons to use on our creation. The website on which you can go to create them is this one, creativecommons.org/choose/question tag LANG = EN for the English version. You can have the website in other languages. So let me share the website with you. Okay, can you get it, please?
Yes, Fawaz, yes, thank you.
So this is the official website of Creative Commons, creativecommons.org. And on this website, you can come here and choose the license features here. You have, and in this side, you will have for each item you will choose here, you will have the icon displayed here. And in this box, you will have the image to use on your work. So let's try. To allow adaptations of your work to be shared, you have to choose yes or no, or yes as long as others share alike. So if I choose no, for example, I can see here that I have new kinds of icon. And here too, it's updated. And if I choose yes, as long as others share alike, I have this one too. And here it's updated too. Allow non-commercial use of your work, yes or no. If I choose no, I have the icon for non-commercial also. And when I finish, I can copy this image and paste it on my work. If I don't want this kind of picture, I can choose the compact icon here, and it's different from the other one. And to go back to the official website, you can click on the logo here to go back. This is the official website of the Creative Commons. And to go to the global network, you have the link here, the global network. And there you can have all the members and what are the activities of the global network. And you have here something which can interest you. You have the open education platform, and you can subscribe to have all the informations and the news about the Creative Commons open education platform. Go back to my presentation. We will have all the links here. We will share the PowerPoint with you. You can have it to have all the links and the content of the presentation. Thank you, and we can now continue with discussion before going up to the open science with Dr. Kali. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fawaz. I think that our colleagues, all participants have many questions. I saw Hussein hands in hand. So before that, okay. So if Fawaz allow me to tell you something, please. This is a very important part for us as educators, as scientists, because we are facing daily many things of that things. And internet and Creative Commons Association, non-profit organization is really facilitate. We will come back to all your questions because here we have many things to share with you, to take from you also and to share together, maybe to debate on many aspects. So open license is a kind of the Creative Commons is one of, not all. There is a public license, but the LCC, which is the most, shared, the most used one, is the Creative Commons. Thanks to Fawaz for taking us to the platform. And if Fawaz allow me, I have just to share few things on this point before coming to the questions. This will give you a good picture, more than, and very easy. I will share my screen, Fawaz. Okay, just the things. I will share my screen, and then I will prefer to go. I have also prepared things, but since our colleague was doing that, okay. I guess that this is this one. Audio is shared. No, audio is shared. Okay, so I will invite you to watch this.
This video will introduce you to Creative Commons licenses, which make copyright easier to understand. Let's say you create something. This thing could be creative, like a picture of your cat, or scholarly, like an essay about cats. Because you are the creator of this picture or essay, copyright allows you to decide what people can do with your creation. When you are the copyright holder, people have to ask you for permission before putting your cat picture into a PowerPoint or adapting your cat essay into a movie. Getting permission can be time-consuming and complicated for both the creator and the user. This is where Creative Commons can help. Creative Commons exists to make permissions explicit and straightforward. Creative Commons licenses use icons and simple language so that creators can make their intentions clear and users can be certain that their use of a work is legal. These different licenses help people understand if and how they can use, share, or build on a work. This icon means that only non-commercial uses are permitted, so no one can profit from using your picture. This icon means that no one can make changes to the original work, such as photoshopping a dog into your cat picture. This icon means that someone can change your work, but their version must be shared under the same license as yours. All Creative Commons licenses give credit to the original creator, preserving your reputation as a creative genius while the world engages with your work. Licenses can be attached to most things, including blog posts, images, artworks, journal articles, and more. To learn more about Creative Commons licenses, visit the Creative Commons website or check out some of the other videos in our series.
Thank you for watching. I hope that it add a little bit more, but Fawaz was explaining everything in detail. So this is just to show you that there are plenty of links that you can use, as Fawaz shared with us on his last slides. So this is also very interesting. He explained all things here. It's very important in details. This is how to combine the very important things, how to combine that icons. We cannot put any icon, there are 4 icons that offer us 6 kind of licenses, and one which is CC0, it's the public domain. We are talking about why I come back to that, because we are talking on OER, which means that where are OER in the picture? So the less restrictive, the most restrictive between copyright and the public domain, you will find the 6 kind of licenses. And when we are talking OER, as Fawaz said, it's when OER is not with that kind of license, which is CC by ND, CC by NC-ND. This is the list free, and they are not considered as licenses. Of course, Fawaz shared with us this link, this Creative Commons, but very important to choose the logo. There is a way, if you don't want to have the logo, you can use the HTML code. And I will come back to Fawaz to explain this point. If not, we can go on the website. You can copy the HTML code and insert it in your LMS platform, which is very useful to not copy, to go on the Photoshop and draw things. This is the activity. Fawaz is talking. Please, Fawaz, I'm done. Thank you so much. Please, Fawaz, is it before going to some interactive activities here? I have prepared questions. If Fawaz allow, we will go and check your understanding on that. It's plus the quizzes on the platform. It's not the question on the platform. It's other questions. We will do it in this synchronous session. So Fawaz, is it possible to tell us a few words about how to go on the platform and not copy the logo created, but go to the HTML code and copy it, insert it on the platform? We can do it. It will take 2 minutes, but it's very important when you are working on Moodle, OpenEDX, Sakai, whatever, any platform, or your PPT, you can just take the code, insert in your code source, and it become inside. So you can do it. So if Fawaz want to come back, it will be nice. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Fawaz.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, it's perfect.
So on the website where you can create your own icons, when you come down where we had the picture, you have here, copy this code to let your visitors know. So you have copy it. This is the HTML code. You have to copy and go back to the platform on which you want to use it and paste it to have the right icon.
Thank you, Fawaz. It's important. You go to your platform and customize your platform and insert the code on the page you want, and it appear. This is what we did for this course. As example, on Moodle, you saw the courses as under op license. It's insert, it's not image. It's inserted inside the code. So it's useful. So we have question now. We should ask participant, and then we will listen to their questions. The first question will come back because can you go to show the activity? Just show the activity on the platform for us, please. Just to activity. Yes, thank you so much. It's open now. It's open now. Just review quiz now. Just click to not do the quiz. They can do it. Anybody can do it. It's not complicated thing. Based on what Fawaz said, you can do it in 5 minutes. Creative Commons has nothing to do with copyright. True or false? Or it depends on the cases. We will just take this question.
Okay.
No, just ask. I'm asking.
You want me to choose an answer?
No, please, no. Dr. Sahar, I guess that Dr. Sahar want to reply. If not, it will be Dr. Dua, or Dr. Rashid, or Yamina, or Lina. Bon.
I think it is false. It is false.
Why?
Because Creative Commons are created to ensure our copyrights.
Okay, thank you so much. So all participants here present with us know that it's 0.36, 0.59. It's amazing because I discussed with Daniel yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, and we were planning for grades, and each quiz will be graded on some things. So if you do that, you will have the final grade. It will appear on your certificate. So we will not continue. I have prepared other questions, but first we will listen to you before moving to the open science, open data, and open access. And this is also the third and the last part of this module, which is very exciting things for scientific research or for people who are using statistics, data, and this kind of thing. So please, I didn't remember who was the first, but I will ask Dr. Mohammed Rashid to give, if he has question, comment, other things. Thank you.
I just want to ask about a scenario. If I use non-commercial use and share-alike licenses, the person who is building on my work is bound, it's compelled, he's forced to use non-commercial use license. Is it true?
Fawaz, Fawaz is okay. The question is to Fawaz. Thank you, please.
Yes, if I understand you, you use the non-commercial license. If you use non-commercial, the person who use your work.
Let me rephrase my question. If I use two licenses, NC and SA, the person who is building on my work is forced to use non-commercial license.
Yes, he is forced to use non-commercial and share it in the same terms because it's share alike.
Good. Thank you.
Sorry, Khalid, you are muted.
I excuse me, all of you, because sometimes I will call you doctor, professor, or only by first name. We are colleagues, we are sharing things, so please accept and my apologize.
Accept
it. Thank you.
No problem.
Then there is a quiz. We will come back to that quiz, interactive quiz, after we will finish with that. Not the quizzes on the platform. This is why, please, those questions are not on the platforms. So if you are present here or the session on Thursday, it will help you to the final test.
Where
yes,
yes, Professor, where this is?
Not just to brief you on the final test. The final test, we are 6 facilitators. Every facilitator will give his or her question. I do not know what question of Fawaz will be. He will not know what I will give as question. We will put everything and it will be, you will not have the same test. It will be a combination of questions in different type of questions. So I did in some trainings, previous sessions with the French Agency of Universities. I did with UNESCO in Abuja for other trainings for Sierra Leone. Believe me, I never get 100% of that test. I cannot. It will contain artificial intelligence questions on many aspects. Even I was facilitating modules. Sometimes you have 1 hour, you have 40 questions, you have to, if you go more than 1 hour, you get 0. If you go less, you will be okay, fine. Do it on your due time. After 1 hour, it will be closed for you. So this kind of activities will help you to see more clear for your final and coming test. Sorry to do that. We are just learners, all of us, so we have to go with this mode. If you don't like, as I said, we will stop. Now, Dr. Dua and then Dr. Ines, please. Questions if, yeah, thank you, Dr. Blue. Okay, Dr. Dua.
Okay, I'm so happy because I'm very interested to make all activities, and really it's very, very important information, and I'm very, very glad to take this training course. Yeah, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Okay, now to the question. Actually, I use the Creative Commons license in my lecture, text, book, PPT, PowerPoint presentation. I just make, like you say, from minutes, copy and paste the lines as a photo, and I put it in the text. Okay. My question: when I want to use a photo, I enter to the PowerPoint and I click insert photo, online photo. And by default, the PowerPoint suggests to me the photos which is in Creative Commons license. When this photo is installed or I take it to use, I find just a small little line, the license of this photo. I cannot know, or I wanted to know how I put the photo in Creative Commons and takes and get this small line with the Creative Commons licenses of the photos. How can they make this photo like this?
Okay. So
you understand me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
You have platforms on the internet where you can share your works, and the main platforms about the multimedia content is the Wikimedia project that we call Commons. Let me share my screen once again and show it to you. So you will take your picture from your computer and upload them on commons.wikimedia.org.
Okay.
Let me 1 minute or 1 second, please. Okay. Okay. Can you see my brother?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you go on commons.wikimedia.org. Let me share it on there. So this is the main platform where you can have many content in Creative Commons licenses. When you come down, you can see that all the content are under Creative Commons licenses. So you have
this is as a user. I want, if I am creator, if I am create a photo, I want to create the photo with Creative Commons.
I understand.
Yes. Okay.
You have to create an account on Wikimedia Commons. You can upload picture without creating an account, but since few years, you have to create an account to share your pictures. So you come here and you create your account. It's very simple to create it. You have just to put a username, create a password, your email address, which is not compulsory, and you have to write down this information here. And your account is created. If you don't put your email address, you will have some trouble if you forget your password, for example, to recover it. So I have already an account. Let me log in. Okay, once you are logged in, you click on upload. And now you can import your pictures. Let me go back in English. Back in English. So you use this button to select your media. It may be pictures, videos, or sounds. And you choose them and it will upload them on Wikimedia Commons. And here you can see all your uploads. Each picture must have a title, a name, and a description. And if these are all my works that I'm sharing on Wikimedia Commons. If I display this picture, for example, you can see the file title, and here you have the license of my picture. It's automatically attributed to the picture when you are uploading it. If you want to change something on your license, you can have the possibility to change it, but all your work must be shared in Creative Commons license.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Fawaz, for all explanation. It was very clear. Okay, Evan, dear colleagues, Evan, this part is on open licensing. This is also a very important part we will discuss next week, next Tuesday. Why? Because the most interesting thing here is how to choose that open license, to understand more and to check about public domain or CC0 or the list or the most restrictive conditions of copyright, blah, blah, blah. Now, the next week, we will be with Dr. Lilia, the full time debating on other things, which is the same question our colleague Dua asked. Where I can upload, from where I can download, how I will find repositories, what are directories, how to mix, how to use, how to remix this, all things we will be sharing. Fawaz share with us the Wikimedia. We will find open others. You will find plenty of even creating LMS platform. Some portals offer you to be the owner of that. You don't need to go to ask your institution or you pay for nothing. Like Moodle, you will create your courses, you will share with the colleagues. It can be on genetics, it can be on sociology or linguistics. You can share your things first for free. You protect with an open license is protecting yours, because you can decide to make it. If people will want to share things, they can share in the same as the photo show us, which is with in the same license. So in general, if you want to share for nothing, for free, the CC BY, it's enough. But you can add share alike, as our colleague was asking about this. You can share in the same condition. So we have a question from Dr. Ines Sharadi, and we will go and move to a new quizzes, a little bit complicated on things, to make the difference between all icons, okay, and combinations. Thank you, Dr. Ines.
Thank you, Doctor, for this. So my question is, when we produce a course and we add a well-determined logo on our course, for example, now a date, does it mean that the document will be closed as the PDF document closed, or it is a tacit moral commitment?
Yes, Khalid, you want to go on?
Just if I did understand, I'm talking if you are the creator, yes.
If I'm the creator of the course, then I add some type of logo, for example, for not to not reproduce or read. So that means that the document will be closed for no reproducer, or it will be a moral commitment for other users.
Okay, first, this is a, thank you, Dr. Ines. If Fawaz allow me, I can go first. This is a part of what we will be debating next quizzes. But anyway, we will give small question answer. Okay, if you produce your own courses, as I did in my classes at my university, I put all the time CC BY. I never put anything. This is a choice. CC BY means that anybody can use, remix, adapt, blah, 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 blah. But if you choose no derivative work, nobody can modify or adapt things. Okay, but this is not an open educational resource. It's your own, it's your right. But if you put no derivative works, it's the most restrictive, not the most. The most is non-derivative work and the non-commercial. If you put this icon, means nobody can adapt. And in this case, scientific community will not consider this as a no ER. You have to choose. You are free to do that. Yes. And so, yes, Fawaz, I saw Fawaz. My first question, when you are using an open license for your works, any kind of works, and I will take your work under even CC BY, I mean, even attribution. What should I do first as the one who took your work to use? Even for education, what I should do, the first thing before starting anything, I took a picture from Yamina, a video from Majul, or from Usama. I took his presentation in his office, as example. An engineer, I took his presentation, technical presentation, anything. It was shared by even CC BY, I mean attribution. What should I do if I use his things? And I am teacher in a private sector. What should I do? Even in CC BY, which means the less restrictive, what should I do? First, this is the question to all of us.
Cite the work. I have to cite the author.
First, you need to cite the author. Congratulations. This is the minimum things. You do whatever you want, but you have to cite the source, the original work. Thank you so much. This is very important. If I has something to add, okay. If not, we will move to another activity.
In addition, I would like to add that if you want to protect your work, you have to put the right license. Don't think that if you use this format, for example, to share PDF file or picture file, you are protecting your work from being used by others. There are plenty tools today to take PDF and change it. But if you put the right license, it's more protect you than thinking that you can share it in this format or this other one. Thank you.
Thank you, Fawaz. So I will move. I think we don't have too much question. It's okay. I will move to this part. Yes. Okay. So are you getting my screen, please?
Yes.
Okay. The first question, which license permits you to copy, adapt, and redistribute content under the condition that is made available under the same license? A, B, C, D. What do you think? Yes, Dr. Afaf, I will go the first hand I saw. Okay, thank you.
Okay, it's D. CC BY. Yeah.
D, are you
the slide, please.
Professor Rashid?
The slide.
B, CC BY SA.
Yes. Because participants were asking for the difference between, this is a good exercise to practice. This is not quizzes on the platform. This is just combination of things more than it exists in the platform. Okay, so question two, you can license idea with the Creative Commons, yes or no? Our colleagues was asking Dr. Majul, I think. Okay. Can you license ideas?
It's A.
A. Why?
We cannot license ideas. Ideas
I
are not
was
licensed.
talking.
Okay. Ideas are open. Okay.
I
Got it.
was talking about, you look,
Okay.
to be able to reply all quizzes, questionnaires, and
Professor, I cannot hear you. I don't know where is the problem. I cannot hear you. And
Okay. So the answer is B.
Dr. Khaled.
Yeah. Dr.
Sorry.
Osama maybe has a question. Sorry. I will come back to Dr. Osama, please.
I cannot hear you, Professor Khaled.
Sorry. Me?
No,
Is
we
it
hear.
true? Are you hearing me? Yamina?
Yes, it's clear. I don't understand
so
why
you have problems with the. So, Dr. Osama. Sorry.
We cannot hear you.
It's very noisy, Dr. Osama.
Yes. Dr. Osama, if you have noise, it will be difficult for us.
Yes, do you hear me? Are you
yes,
hearing
now
me?
it's okay. Yes. Please.
Yes, I have just a small question about lessons about ideas.
Okay.
If there is a creative and the original ideas, what kind of lessons we can do a patent for them?
Dr. Khalid, we don't hear you. You are muted.
Sorry. Personally, I do not know, because in general, laws don't protect ideas. If you have ideas, you have to go for patent and somewhere, and maybe it's possible in this kind of copyright, but not as a copyright itself. It's special.
Okay, thank you.
For engineering, for kind of things, yes, maybe, but it should exist, but I don't know. For what we are doing, I don't think so. Thank you. So who was asking Dr. Majul?
Just sorry, maybe this is a very traditional question.
Okay, go ahead.
For the first one, I've noticed that SA is the abbreviation for share alike. So
Yes.
NC and ND is the abbreviation for what, if I may?
ND?
Yeah, the first one.
Non-derivatives.
Yeah, yes.
And NC?
Non-commercial.
No commercial. Everything is on the platform. You will find all details on the platform. You have everything. You have
Everything is in the course. Everything
yes.
is in the course.
In the course. Just go ahead and do Twitter. This is why the asynchronous sessions are done for that. So you just go and read and practice with your quizzes. Here we are debating a kind of, other questions, but okay, and concept. I saw Yamina, please, if you have a question.
I just want to go back to the last question by Osama. Normally, imagine you have an idea, a project that you want to protect. Normally, you register it as an intellectual property. I'm again speaking from a personal experience. You can register your project because you have an idea for developing. It's not in engineering, it's in social and human sciences. And you can protect it by, of course, going through the process of intellectual property that you register in your country, because there is this option offered, for instance, and there are a number of steps to follow for doing so.
Okay. I just to give a little bit more on the question of Osama and the comment of Yamina. If you know about desalination of water, okay, it's practices in every part in the world when they are having funds to do that. The idea is that to take the water from the sea and to make it better for us. The idea is that, but the process is different maybe. So the idea, how you can protect the idea, it's open to all of us. even you can have the patent, you can do whatever. Not only that, but if we are talking about the iPhones, if we are talking about anything else, you know, the idea is very complicated. If you look in deep, it will be complicated. Maybe in some conditions that I cannot, that I ignore, so I cannot reply. Okay.
If you allow me, Dr. Khalid.
Yeah.
Just to explain what idea I actually protected. I had a project for developing a language center for an institute. And it was my idea. I conceived of the idea, and I really, from first step to the end, and the implementation and everything. So in order for my idea to not to be copied as it is and without really being protected, so I protected it by asking, giving it an ESBN or something like that.
Yes, ESBN.
ESBN,
yes.
And it is now protected, and there is a copy of it at the National Library here in Morocco, you see? And it is there as a reference. People can refer to it, can go and have access to it, but I am the one who has the legal right. That is.
But you put your idea and they pay you for rights, or it's free to use?
No. It's just for protecting your idea and for having this.
No, it's non-profit thing.
So it's non-profit thing. Yes.
No, nice to know. Thank you, and thanks for the original idea. By the way. Okay.
Hello?
So maybe
Hello?
Dr. Rashid has something to add, or just okay.
Actually, I just want to clarify one thing, that abstract ideas are not copyrightable, but the way how we can turn those ideas into reality is some sort of design that is writable.
Yes, sure, exactly, sure. Thank you. So we have still other questions. Thank you. I am not. Yes, you are having my screen.
Yes, we have it.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, we have
good.
it.
Thank you. So now we will move to that. So which is the most restrictive CC license? CC by NC, ND, CC by ND, CC by NC, SA, CC by NC, CC by SA, CC by, which is the most restrictive. I mean, after that, you will have the copyright. After that, I mean, the most restrictive, the max, which one? E, B, C, D, E, F. All of you except Fawaz. I'm joking. Okay. It should not be CC by, of course, because it's open to all. You just need to cite. It's not CC by share alike, which is you can do adapt, readapt, remix, but keep the same license. It should not be CC by non-commercial. Even you can use for commercial use, it's permit as OER, as open educational resources. You can use OER to make benefit. It's not a problem. But there is one condition that it's against to be being OER, which is no derivative work. So which answer? CC by now, we have two options, CC by no commercial and no derivative works, or CC by no derivative work. Which is the most restrictive? It should be between A and B, not more. Between A and B. And which is the most restrictive? The bad one. Are you still here?
No commercial, no derivatives.
Yes.
No derivative.
Hey, bravo, bravo, bravo.
But why not C?
No. There is no derivative work. When you can derivate your work, it's open.
Yeah.
But no derivative and no commercial, it's the maximum. After this one,
the most restrictive one.
Yes, you are landed in copyright.
Okay,
And
understand.
the less restrictive one should be CC BY. That's it. Okay?
Yes, understand.
Okay,
Yes,
we will
okay.
move to the next one again. You know, the quizzes are different from the one you have on the platform. Okay, now we are having question number 4. In addition
But
to crediting,
we enjoyed. It's a
you.
very.
We enjoyed more than you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We are at least 46 participants, which is not bad. Thank you. No, 29. We have been 30 maybe. Oh, it's okay. Okay, go. Now, in addition to crediting the creator with this license, others may. CC BY, we have to match A with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B with from 1 to 6. So if we look to CC BY, in addition to crediting the creator, which is to cite the creator, which is CC BY, what can we do with A? CC BY. Distribute, remix, build upon your work, but only non-commercially. Share your work provided B. You have to read and let me know, please. Just read and let me know. With A, we should match with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to read carefully because
5.
We will see. Distribute, remix, build upon your work, create derivative, even commercial. Bravo. But it's the good one. We should match A with 5. Thank you. Okay, I will move. CC BY SA. CC BY share alike. You have to distribute in the same license.
3.
Distribute, remix, even commercially, even you can do whatever you want. Thank you so much. Who is answering? Dr. Rashid?
Yes,
I don't know. Yes, thank you. Okay, CC BY, no derivative work. You have to match C with what?
Number 4.
Distribute your even commercial provided they don't change the work.
Yes.
Yes, great.
Yes.
Thank you.
4.
Yes, okay. So number D, CC BY, no commercial.
Distribute only non-commercially. A 1.
1. Great. Thank you. CC BY NCSA. It was Yamina because I don't have your video. Okay. Anyway, CC BY NCSA, which we should match A with which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. NCSA. NC no commercial and the same license. This one 3 is not okay. This one is not okay.
6.
You have
number 6.
Blah, 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 blah. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And
Number 6.
Yes, thank you so much. I will come back to you. And this is what will happen during our final test. For every part of module, you will have questions. You will have 1 hour for many questions, and you don't have too much time. You have to be sure. And colleagues were asking, we will give you 2 attempts, not 1, 2, but more. It's too much. What do you think?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, are these exercises, Dr. Khalid, are these exercises available on the platform?
No.
No, these ones you are using with us.
I will share with you my presentation. If you you have the video, the session on Tuesday, and Tuesday the team of UNIR posted everything online, so it's fine.
Actually, we have 3 homeworks in the platform.
You have 3 activities, but activities will take you 10 minutes each. No. I guess less.
Yeah.
And you get your grade automatically.
We will enjoy, I think.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So I will let you know something. Some colleagues send me email how you will grade when it's in the form. Honestly, we are not here to assess anybody. We are just here to, we want to feel you with us. If you go to the forum and you give your feedback, for me, you will get your 2.36 points. It means that you are here. Any answer is accepted from you. But who cannot get on the platform, cannot read the courses, cannot check anything, how we can consider at the end that we can credit? First, he will not get credit with the final test, but even to take part to the online session and to do a know-your example, it's not complicated. So you can approach that 100%, which is 50% of the total grade. So we want you to interact. That's it. We will read. What will happen? Honestly, we have engagement with ICISCO to produce a handbook of all activities with the photo, with your feedback, with the, if you allow us to do that, we will share the work with you. And in my opinion, we can be a group and we can cite you as participant inside that work. So we want to produce a conceptual book how to do these active sessions on open education and open educational resources. If you want to be part, you just need to write to us and we will be happy to have you on board. No problem. We want to make community from the four sessions all together, and I hope that it will be good. Okay, so now we are done with this activity and we will move to the last part. Oh, we don't have too much time. I will move to the open science. Okay, Fawaz? Good. Okay, now we will discuss other things, and here also we have some quizzes. So we have also activities. I will do my best. So we can go till 11:15, is it okay? If I have to stop at 11, it will be hard. Okay, 11:15.
You can go on.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, yes, we will talk about open science, and open science now, since 10 years or around 10 years, it's a new movement. It's a real revolution serving innovation because it's discussing the knowledge, and the knowledge should be open. When it's closed, it makes science sterile. But if we look to our role, our job, we have at the university in higher education institution, the scientific part or scientific research, the teaching and the training, even initial or continuing education, but anything should serve the society, so should benefit our society of this knowledge. But if we look to the scientific process, you agree with me, because we will start from reading, searching, finding, analyzing, making comparison, writing something, submit it and review it and publish it. But if we look to the next slide, this is the small part, the small part which will cost our institution, the scientific publication, because the most important things, of course, the training, it's very important, but the scientific results is a kind of coating our institution, but it's not the easiest part, because to publish, not all of us are publishing, not all of us are making research, but this is the very important part to rank at least universities. This is very important. Now, it's kind of myth. We are publishing for what? For progressing in developing careers, for going from assistant professor, professor associate, to full professor, to anything else. It depends on countries, on higher education institution, or we are publishing just to share our result to advance knowledge. If I ask just a question, if we will accept to publish things for what? Just because I want to share knowledge with people to advance knowledge, or because it's kind of myth, which is the myth of excellence. The historical publication, it's not from today. It's from 1666. We found a paper on philosophical published at that in the book. It's a long history of the papers. Now things are increasing with the internet, and if we look to and Yamina was talking about humanities. If we look to this slide, we will find that science and medicine are taking the part of the market with the papers, and then social science, technology, life cost, and this is the case of Belgium. Okay, we took just with the source, of course, as I said, he is from Swiss sources, etc. So this is in the digital age, things are moving. Are moving really in many aspects. Big number of periodical gone electronic content explosion in subscription costs, increasing the cost of platform development, and degradation of peer reviewing. We are talking about today journal and predators. They are publishing. They ask you to pay, but if you look to the quality, they will not find the quality because they told you we will publish in 1 week. We will publish your things. You will pay less, but you will finally have a paper which is not the quality. So if I come back now to the part of how to publish, the role of the scientific community, publishing is very costly, is too much in many cases. If we look to some editors, Elsevier or Springer or others, you will see that they are having too much, making revenue from the things. Why pay so much to access to what we have developed ourselves for free? Now, if you want to publish something, you will pay, and sometimes you will pay too much, 2,000 or 3,000 euros. But if you want to check your things, you have to pay for that in sometimes. So the system model should be open science, which is the movement of open science. Should we maintain the business model of publisher? In my opinion, no. But to discuss the open science, I should to introduce what is open access and then open data. So here, this part is important for us. I just go and took from some portals, OpenAir, RuleMap, OpenDoor, or Zenodo. No, you know this kind of sources. Open access refers to online research outputs that are free of all restriction on access and free of many restriction on use. Now, if I have a question, if you have a paper and you want to publish and you go to a journal with high impacted factor or open or not open, and it was not published, what should you do? Keep it in your laptop or diffuse it somewhere? What should you do? This question before I will continue. Thank you. What is the best solution to do as supervisor of your research? If you have the work, you have research, you have data, and you want to publish, and you go to journal, you try 1 or 2 times or 3 times, it gets rejected. And you feel that the work is okay, your data are fine, but for many other reasons, it's not published. Because one of the reviewer didn't accept or say you that you have many other reasons, or you cannot pay for your research or anything else. What you should do? What is the best thing to do? You all are publishing things, even PhD student or supervisor, director of laboratories, scientists. What the best thing to do? Should I keep things for me, for my laboratory, for my team, or should I go to open it in somewhere? Because if the scientific community cannot read your work, they cannot cite your work, they cannot know about what you are doing. What is the best? Should I move and do new things, new research? Yes. What should I do? What is the best things? Just quick feedback, please. We all are facing this.
Yes, Dr. Khalid, can I answer?
Yes, sure, please, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Firstly, we must correct our research. If you have some correction, to update our reference, all of that. And then we must share knowledge. We do research to share it with the community, not just to keep it in our laboratory or something like that.
Okay.
That's all.
Yes. Okay, great. I agree with you. It's perfect. It's normal. It's the first reflect. We can talk Dr. Afaf as example.
Yes, if so, I will look for another journal based on the comments of the first one.
Okay, good, nice. Professor Dr. Shaheen.
Okay, I think that try to publish it as might be under the title of a white paper. If you have a blog, if you have a personal website or whatever, so you publish it there. Of course, this might give in the within the scientific world, it might be less credible because it has to be done through the review process. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, it's a good option also. Yes, perfect. Dr. Ines and then Dr. Lina, and we'll come back to the presentation. Thank you.
So for me, first of all, I will try to ameliorate the redaction or stuff or
good
the form of the article. Then the second, I will try to publish it in an open access journal.
Okay. Yes, it's good. Knowing that open access journal are not are not totally free. Yes, there is some portals that offer you this. In some cases, if I don't want to give a name, there is some journal like IEEE Access. Believe me, you have to pay 2,000 euros. 2004 to publish. It's in open access, but when it's open access journal, you pay too much for the paper. It's a good quality of reviewer. It's high impacted factors. It's more than 4 or 5. It depends on the topics. And you get cited many times. You can, during 1 year, you can get 30, 40 citation from scientists, from researchers. So this is an option. In some other cases, you can publish also not only in your own website, you can, or the university, you can publish in some repositories, directories. I will show you some of them that your papers, some cases, I will show you that they can be viewed by more than 800 people from the world and got citation, which is nice for free. This is what Help Open Science is doing. But not only these options, we have many other options. Dr. Lina, please.
Yes, the thing is that when we give it to an open source or anything, we have to be sure that there is a guarantee of a good job. So this is the guarantee they give us, is that it's well reviewed. And so if we share it and there are some mistakes, who will tell? And this is the gauge or the guarantee. This is why it's a little bit difficult, because first I said I will publish it for free, but maybe it's not a good paper.
Okay. So I will just show you some. Thank you so much, Lina. I will just show you something, small things we can do as starting research to publish things, to not keep them. First, we all have our personal individual experiences with journals. Sometimes a journal which is we all wish to go in some good and well journal for our student, at least in our cases now as professors, supervisor, because we know that Scopus is not Web of Science, because our institution are asking to have papers as first order, not for us, maybe for our PhD student as the first order in Web of Science. Sometimes our institution cannot accept Scopus, even Scopus. They accept only Q2 or Q1 and more. These things happen. It depends on the higher education institution, and we can decide on things. But there are only some, as I said, some portals, some directories that you can put your research and you get cited from other sources without paying, without doing nothing. I will show you just some cases. Personally, we went to some journal, high impact factor. We wait for 1 year. The paper was rejected of my student because one of the 3 reviewers refused. We wait 6 months. We come back to that journal. They decide on a new edit. The editor decide on a new reviewer. They accept. We spend 1 other year. It will be. It means that 2 years to publish it. Sure, it was the American Chemical Society. It's a yes, American, and the journal was having more than 3 or 4 GTR impact factors, Web of Science. So there is no logic in something. So if you are looking to the quality, it depends on many other things. But if the things you have to avoid to not go to the predator journals that take your money, even less money, but the quality is bad. And they can publish in 1 week, but nobody will cite your work. Nobody will look to you what you are doing. The scientific community that this journal is forbidden to all of others, etc. So I will go to this presentation with Zenodo or OpenAir are at least kind of engine that site works. If you have an example of, if you have a work, if you go to this website, you can publish your work for many other reasons. You can go and register here. You can before I have an account here. You can register and you can just look to what you can do. So here you have many papers for free published so far. If you look as example, I will check the first one, just this one, and it gives you this paper have been viewed 20,000 times and downloaded 617 times. If I go to look by keywords like COVID, I will check. You will be surprised to get, yes, this another one as an example that have been cited kind of times, but not this one because I not best match. I will look to sort by most viewed. So the most viewed should be, yes, like this one. Look, it's indexed in OpenAir. OpenAir is not Scopus, it's not Crossref, is not Web of Science, is not Google Scholar, is not, but this paper was downloaded 800,000 times and viewed more than 1.5 million times. You get more chance to get cited by papers, and this work is free to anybody. I have put papers here. I didn't remember opening up education. It's how to tell you, it's not complicated. I will do, if you want to, I can go to make the demonstration for you. I will come back here, a new upload, sorry. Go here and register in the website, and you can fill this form and select what you want to do. Okay, you can choose a paper. choose files. Okay, I will choose files. Just demonstration. Okay. I will use a paper. Honestly, in 2016, I moved to SUS for a Congress. We presented the work. They were promising us to publish in the journal IEEE Explore, but for many other reasons, it was not published, and the work for us was interesting. So just an example. It was in the proceeding. I just the work to show you what is the work. Just it's about MOOC and this kind of things. Okay, so sorry. For us, it's important. This is just an example. It's nothing to have with. It's about MOOCs. It's an initiative in my university in Africa about MOOCs, and it was written correctly in the form of IEEE Explore library with references, but it was not published, not rejected, but never they published things. They put it in proceeding, and we were not happy because we have been there, we paid, and we did not get feedback. They just tell us that it was just on the proceeding, and we believe that our work merited to be published. What we did, we just go on the. Are you getting my screen? Still getting my screen, please?
No. Yes. Yeah, now. No. Yes, it's okay now. Yes, it's okay.
So I went to this place, okay, and I start working. So now I download this paper, and I chose. I reply to a question, publication, proceeding, blah, 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 blah. I feel, yes, paper, journal article or proceeding. No, not just conference or something like this. It's conference paper, okay. Some basic information, digital, blah, blah, blah. If I don't have the DOE, I don't have, because they will create the reserve view DOE here. The reserve view DOE. They give me this DOE. The digital object identifier, they give me this number, and this number for me is important because I will just put it when I am sending references or something else. Okay, the publication date should be today. The title is it's just a test, family name, the first and the ORCID. I will use my ORCID, personal ORCID, and any other orders. I add orders, I add everything, okay? And I use the description. I will take the abstract of the paper and blah, blah, blah. I will choose the type of license, the keyword. I fill all these kind of things, and I accept to make it in open access. And Creative Commons attribution, just I can move if I don't want this, and blah, blah, blah. I have to fill these kind of things. And once it's done, I will publish it. And the result should be, I think, I am just making a test. This one. Now it's published here. I did it yesterday late, really late, maybe a few hours, few. It's published here, and the people can have access to this. If they appreciate the work, they can give you, and here the publication date, the DOE, DOI, sorry, the license, and the citation is here. If you want to cite this work, you have to do that. If you click to the DOE, you will find your papers. And Zenodo is one of, but all others are offering this kind of things. I think in 2020, we put some papers here. It has been downloaded more 309, around 400 times. It was cited 14 times. So even it's not an official journal, it's in open access. Just to let you know that you can do something, not stay and wait and do nothing. This is just what I want to share you, and I will come back to my presentation. This is just one example, and all of them at least when you use Zenodo, you will find yourself seated by OpenAir. It's not equivalent on other sources, on other engine. It's not Web of Science, it's not d'accord, but it's not zero. So this is another example of a paper we put here. So this is what they give you, okay? And now we move from the open access to the open data. The open data is other things. It's as on the slide, it's the data that can be freely accessed, used, modified, and shared by anyone. But this is not related to us as scientists. This is coming from the government. There are laws, and they decided in Europe, in many other places, to ask government to be part of this movement, to produce data, statistics, and this kind of things. When you want to write a paper and you need data, just go in this kind of portals and you will find plenty of things that you can use for free. This is, I just use some of them. There is also the what we call the Open Knowledge Foundation, and you will find plenty of data that you can use. As example, this one, I want information about countries, I have to come and to click, and I will find all countries are here. So you will find many information. If you go here as example, you will find plenty of information about countries, about water, about light, energy. I don't remember where my country is, Morocco, but somewhere. I know that he is somewhere.
Professor, could you put the link or the website in the chat?
Yeah, it's not complicated. I am presenting, so I have to wait, and I will share with you my presentation. It's much all information you need. Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, you will find, and you will find many things. I mean, you will find how many your country is open, what your country is sharing, educational things, energy, water, desalination of water, population, all the things. Officially, the government, this is conventions between countries, the need of put all together data for people to use them. Okay, so you will find anything you need. I was looking like Switzerland. I will look here. So you will find the country, the information needed, all things here. You can click, you can have more information. The website, it's for free. And government spending, they are not okay because they are offering you 10% of openness. Election results, they are offering only 70 of openness. They didn't open to all. If you look to some other parts, you will find in some cases, you will have the score which is 100%. Some countries open anything to everybody. So this is for the open data. And for the open science, to come back to the open science, Europe with the program Horizon 2020, they estimate that the research financed should be open, should be in open access. They did not allow you to publish if it's not open. They told you that the money is coming from the government, so you have to open your research. This is the European rules. Okay, so now if you combine the open data and the open access, we can maybe give a definition which is not a unique definition of open science, which is the movement to make scientific research, including publication data, physical samples, and software, and its dissemination accessible to all levels of society, amateur or professional. Open science is transparent and accessible knowledge that is shared and developed through collaborative works that you can, for reproducibility work, open science is very important. Open science is a kind of two parts, taking its advantage from the open data and from the open science. This is the thing I have to share with you. And of course, there is an activity on the platform. If you go to the platform, I will go to the platform again and show you the activity. Good to know. I am already connected, sorry. This is activity 2. This one. Yes, no, this one. Okay, sorry, I myself tried just to check if things are okay. This is the quiz. What is open data? What is open blah blah, etc. Is what is open science here? What does open access refer to? This. You have to just do this activity. It will take you maybe five minutes. This is what I have to share with you. And we can, I think I didn't forget something. I cannot read you in the chat box. Yes, I will come back to you, sorry. And I am free for questions. Thank you. Sorry to be, yes, it's 11:16. We can continue on Tuesday. Of course, we have the next session also, we can continue on that. Okay. That's it. Thank you so much. We can take 1 or 2 questions if you want. We can close now. Yes, Dr. Mohammed Rashid and then Dr. Lina. Merci.
Professor Khalid, I just wanted to ask about the database you were telling about Open Science. The scenario here is, and I am pretty much sure that every university must have the same policy, that the quality assurance and quality control cells, they generally do not prefer those open access databases. They prefer the journals with high impact factor and quartile values and all those things. What do you say about this?
Give me, please summarize the question because I was a little bit lost.
Okay. Let me rephrase it. You discussed about the database which had the open access science paper thing. So when generally we publish our articles and research manuscripts, the university prefer to have them published in journals with high impact factor and quartile values and so on, high impact factor journals. So if we published in such databases, university will not consider those journals, those articles, for the sake of our promotion and for the sake of anything related to it.
Yes, I got the point. Yes, sure. I told you in my case, in my university, I was working in a university that I'm not talking about researcher. I am talking when as PhD student, the work published in Scopus journals, even as first author in some universities, are not considered eligible to present them to defend your thesis. This is one thing, which is too bad because Scopus is okay. They consider that only the work published in Web of Science as the first author can be eligible to defend your thesis. Just to show you the complication. If you are talking about the open access journal, for the open access journal, there are plenty of journals. Some of them are very expensive and some of them are free, as the case I show you with OpenAir or Zenodo. But it has no value, definitely. Now, content research depends also on many institutions and scientific committees. In some cases, I have been invited, honestly, in some PhD thesis, and in some institution, they don't ask any paper. Sometimes the PhD students will not publish in anything in open access or in reviewed journal or in open anything else, no Scopus, anything else, and finally they accept. It depends on the topics. I guess that this is sorry if I follow up with another question to you, Professor Mohammed. are you working in institution? I mean, in which field you are talking about? It's general things, general fields, topics, or it's specified ones? Please.
Well, I'm working in biological sciences, and I'm a faculty member at Vertical University of Pakistan. So in sciences, that is a very big deal to publish in high impact factor journals.
But for human science, we have colleagues with us. There are many different things. Maybe sometimes I saw researchers publishing in newspapers and presenting in their thesis this kind of things. Definitely in the press, I was working 26 years. They did not accept Scopus. Even how you want to talk about open access, I told you it should be a web of science, which is too much complicated, and Q2 or Q1. I mean, at least you need 1 or 2 papers. In some other cases, they are okay with Scopus. In some other cases, I have been president of some thesis. I was frustrated. The candidate was having nothing, just presenting things because they got accreditation from, it depends on many things. And I will appreciate having feedback, not only from scientific fields, but also from human science. And I am looking to Yamina. She was in charge of the Center of Doctorate and
actually,
thank you, Dr. Mohammed, for your precision. Thank you so much. I will come back to you, Lina and Ines. Thank you.
Yeah, so for human sciences, actually, yes, I was in charge of a doctoral program with 1,000 students. And actually depends on the area of studies. So students, especially of the English doctoral program, were able to publish sometimes in index journals. That is not with a high factor, but students in other departments who write in Arabic or French, so you have find it very difficult actually to publish. And what we did, we established in order not to block students and allow them to defend their thesis, because after they finish, if they have not published, they are not allowed. So what I did, just as an idea for me to not to block students, is that I established a scientific committee at the institution, and we asked students to prepare articles, and we would submit the articles to experts in the field, in the area of study. And if the article is publishable, we encourage the student to go and look for things, but we also allow students to actually defend their thesis, because it's very, very difficult to publish in index journals in human sciences, especially when you do not use the English language.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Yamina, for your comments. It's very interesting. I will ask maybe Lina if she's still interested in giving comments or feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, Yamina, it's a very good idea to have to do this with the students, because sometimes it's really a problem. Yeah. And what I wanted to ask is, when we publish in open source, and we have a lot of view and a lot of téléchargement, I just forgot.
Yes, yes. Downloading.
Download. Can we resend to some open access and tell them, you see how much view I have, and can I publish it? I mean, in a good journal. You understand what I mean? Can it be reviewed by some journals if we have a lot of view and a lot of downloads?
I think so.
No.
I think it's possible. Of course, yes. Of course, yes.
If you allow me, Dr. Khalid,
Yes,
I don't think it is possible, because one of the main conditions is for the paper or the article not to have ever been published. For instance, in human sciences, there are colleagues who publish books,
Okay.
And then they want to publish an article from the book, and they are not accepted in journals. And this is why personally I recommend to my students not to publish their thesis in the form of a book until they publish articles, because you can publish different articles from your thesis and then collect, rewrite it and reproduce it in the form of a book, but the reverse is not possible. So if it is, Alina, if it has been published, no journal will ever accept that to publish it.
Why I am telling this, because with my colleague Danielle, we were looking to publish just because I have example in mind, but it's different things. You have to look deeply on things. We were thinking to publish work produced during 15 years, all the work produced on pedagogical research at Qadi Iyad University, the institution I was long time working there. And
former university.
And we found a journal which is Springer Briefs that accept specialized. We have to take courses from you. Okay, specialized in publishing the work that have been published before, but not as the new work, just putting all together in a book. But of course, the work, every paper was published before by teams, and it's a kind of
collection.
Yes, collection. It's like biography of the university in the field of scientific educational innovation and scientific research. It was like this, and it was possible to do that under the contract. We collected the work coming from laboratories, but it was published. The editor has only doing a collection of this kind of, I don't know what is exactly the things that Lina talking about, or different.
But that was, Dr. Khalid, but that was in the form of a book. So there is no problem with that. There is no problem with this, but
yes.
Publishing something in a book and then taking the content to publish it in an index journal.
No, this is pure not possible. This is not.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
in a book, in the form of a book, you collect it's a collection of different articles on the same topic. Yes. This is possible. It's no problem.
Yes.
But I think that Lina's question was rather with a paper published already in Open Science, and after it gets a lot of viewers and downloads, she wants to publish it in a highly ranked journal. That's not possible.
No. This is not possible. No. Yeah, sure. I got the point. Thank you, Amina, for clarification. Thank you so much. This is not. Definitely, this is not possible. I am. I don't think if you have my screen. I am having. I am not sharing my screen, by the way.
No,
yes.
You're not.
No, because I'm looking to a paper that have been published in open access journal, and we got good metrics from that, and it's growing. It's Web of Science. It's really Web of Science. It's 3.3 something impact factors. It's a good one. And it was published in open access. We paid too much, but it's well seated, by the way. So this is why it depends. You have to look in details on every offer. You have to choose the best in your case. Dr. Ines Sharadi, if should be maybe the last. Dr. Ines, thank you. Yes.
Okay. My question is, when I publish an article in one of the sites you have mentioned, like Zimedo or Open Door, will the article be reviewed by an author or not? Thank you.
So, sorry, what the question is?
When we publish an article in one of the sites,
No. They will not, yes, I got the point. They will not, no, it's your own responsibility to do that. No reviewer for that. Of course, I make the demo together with you. I show you how I use one paper, I put them there. No. Of course, they will not come back and review your work. It's open and it's your responsibility to share the work with others. Sure. Okay, so let's say that it's okay. Sorry for the unique team.
Yeah, can I ask something, please, Professor? And I think you can think about it to next Thursday. In Egypt, actually, we have a journals inside the universities. Every university have a journal. It's a local journals. Okay, we can publish in these journals in Arabic. Okay, and it's the readers of these journals, I think the Egyptian or the Arabic student and Arabic people in the regions, okay? So my question, we can, these papers not have alliances, not have any copyrights, just the name of the authors and the name of the journals. We can say this is a OER, or we must put the licenses, or what?
This is not OER.
Okay.
This is not OER. If to be considered as OER, you have to benefit from that open licenses, one of them at least, but not the one with no derivative works. To be clear, this is not. But when you are talking about the paper, this is an e-journal, or this is the text. I mean, paper journal.
Papers, scientific papers, scientific, yes.
It's put online or not? It's online.
Online.
Yeah, but it's copyrighted. You cannot. It's not
online under the site of EKP.
Yeah. It's yes. You cannot.
Egyptian Knowledge Bank.
No, it's not an OER. It's not an OER. To be honest with you, many colleagues from us do not know till now what is OER and what is not OER. If it is OER, this is a part we want to discuss, Daniel and all experts with you. We are thinking during this first session to ask each of us to produce OER in the conditions of the 5 lessons. The first one, we define the openness, and we distinguish between the free and the open. The second is on the third one will the fourth one will be the localizing OER and making the difference between the MOOC and OER. And the last one should be the practices. To combine them.
Your connection is not stable. We didn't hear everything.
Yes, it's okay now. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So sorry, what happened something with connection. I'm so sorry. Just telling you that there is a possibility to everybody here to produce his or her OER. If you agree on that, we will organize a session, a webinar, to discuss the point. And if it's OER, it must respect all conditions, including the open license. We will come back with more details in our exchanging email. So thank you for your kind attention, for your question, for everything. Happy and enjoyed the session. you have 2 days, go on the platform, check your courses, do activities, and we'll come back on Tuesday to debate again if you have still other things. This is the program. Thank you so much,
Okay.
and see you on Tuesday. Thank you to all of you, and see you after. If you can open your camera, maybe we will take a picture of all of us.
Screenshot, yes, a screenshot.
So I will say, okay, screenshot. Okay, okay. I will wait 1, 2, 3, 2, 3.
Come on, come on.
Not yet, not yet. Come on, we are
Say
waiting.
cheese.
Come on.
Nice, nice panel with nice people. So 1,
Thank you.
2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
See you on Tuesday, the
Have a
same
good
time,
week. Yeah.
9 to 11. If you have questions, more additional things, we are happy to serve. Thank you so much to all of you. You are really great learners. Thank you so much. See you
and
soon.
you are a great leader.
Bye-bye, Fawaz, and bye to the technical